Well, hello there, and welcome back to part 4 of this Assetto Corsa Competizione career mode. It's been a while. That's because I've worked close to, if not bang on, 70 hours in the past week, starting Sunday all the way through to Friday, and doing videos and editing and live stream stuff like that. It's pretty much just a weekend thing for me at the moment. Certainly with live streams, you know, with these Assetto Corsa live streams are well over 2 hours. I'm sort of doing things slightly different this time. For example, there's a practice session, 2 qualifying sessions, and then 2 40-minute race sessions. I've already done the practice session and the first qualifying session. I believe we ended up in 12th place on a set of used tyres. So, and this is also going to be an upload rather than a live stream. So it's going to be a bit more edited, I think. You're only going to get the good parts of it. And the third and final thing I should mention, or probably the fourth and final thing, is I've tweaked around in my settings a little bit, because looking back at some of my last videos, yes, you get the audio from the car, it's all very loud. When you hear me, I have to shout just for you to hear me, and I'm hoping that now with the audio settings changed, the noise of the car and everything around me would be lower a little bit and my voice will be higher, so at least you should be able to hear me. So anyway, enough about all that. We'll resume the event and we'll go to the qualifying 2, which will determine our grid position for the second race. Right, so here we are. So as you can see, the practice 1 was done. We finished in 4th place. Qualifying 1 was 12th on the same set of tyres that we used in practice. So as it stands at the moment, I believe we have 4 fresh sets of tyres. Electronics, ECU map, I should always have it number 1. Traction control, I think, I don't know, we'll keep it at number 5. There was quite a lot of slip that we were having in the practice session, the first qualifying session, I'd say, running on the used set of tyres. You can see there they are there. Not exactly terrible, but we will be going into Q2 with a fresh set of tyres at least, so that's fine. We'll drain the fuel out. We'll probably need about 18 litres probably just to get around mechanical grip. We'll keep it as the same as it is. I will mess around with some of these a little bit more. Dampers, that's fine. Rearing as well. Probably knock it up a little bit because I was getting a bit of a rearward slip. Might have been because of the wear on the tyres. The ride height as well, I think we'll knock down just a little bit. 65? If we go down at 60, what's it give us? I'll keep it at 65, it seems to be fine. Right, cool. We'll go out on circuit. And we'll give it a good minute. So I'll come back to you guys once I start my first flying lap. Or somewhere around my out lap at least. Try and get some cars ahead of me so we can see what their lap times are compared to ours.
Low tire pressure, stay away from curbs.
So have a garage you come then. And onto the Hungary. Another circuit I have spent many a time on. The F1 circuits I should always do better than the non-F1 circuits due to my experience on F1 circuits. But we'll just take it a bit easy on our out lap. You get these front tyres warmed up just a little bit, so I think we'll back off. And then we'll push through the final few corners, get the tyre temps up nice, and the brakes as well. And that big stop down into turn 1. Okay. Learning more about this Porsche as the season goes on. On the power now. At the final corner. Let's get our first time lap on board. A bit messy first lap. Where did it put us though? There's a benchmark. P10, 7.5 tenths off pole. This might just about be good enough to take provisional pole here. by about a tenth, I reckon. Indeed it does. P1. So here we are then for race number 1. As you can see, we've got wet weather, which is going to be incredibly interesting. Got to make sure I make the change onto the wet weather tyres. We're starting back, I think, in 12th place for race 1. The end of Q2 sort of abruptly ended. Made a mistake on my second to last lap. I decided to go into the pits and just skip to the next session. Like I said, this is going to be sort of a dumbed down edit, if you like. Well, yeah, it's going to be like a key highlights video, this really, rather than anything else. So then we'll make the change onto the wet tyres, and yeah, hopefully we can yeah, score a good result in the first race. Okay, setup's all done. I've balanced out the front and rear ride height to 70mm. I've added a little bit of extra rear wing. Wet tyres is all in place. Got enough fuel on there as well. I've also bumped up the ABS a little bit as well because of the wet conditions. So hopefully we'll see what we can do from P12. Oh, it is wet. This is going to be my first wet race. What the hell was that? I just had a crunch. This is going to be interesting off the start, Ben. We're going to struggle for traction. Oh, here we go. Some people really slow away from the line there. Can't see anything, just cars in front of me. That Lambo is out of shape. It's an easy move. P8 then. Try and explore the limits if I can. Looking at the weather before the start of the race as well, it's pretty much going to be like this, I think, for the whole of it. That'll be inside the second and final corner. Oh. Oh, we've got good grip. And we're in lap 1 in P5, we're already inside to P4. The Audi struggled their retraction, up his inside nicely. Late on the brakes, let the car rotate naturally. Let's just put P3. Ooh. Leaders are a long way ahead. How far away are they? So it's 6 and 8 seconds. Right, let's settle down now. So coming around now to complete our 5th lap. So we're just over 10 minutes into this race, about a quarter of the way through. Me and the 2 leaders, very similar, 202.6, 3.3. And I've just done a 201.3, my fastest lap. So we are slowly starting to get a bit comfortable and catch up to the guys in front of us. As for everyone else, they're massively off the pace. They're about 5 or 6 seconds a lap slower. So I don't know what that's about. But it looks like it's pretty much going to be a 3-horse race for the win. And we're one of them. So coming round now to complete lap 7. We've now caught up to Van Voor. And I believe a pit window is going to open soon. We'll try and sneak up the inside. Too far away. We're up here with P2 there. The leader's about nearly 4 seconds up the road. Oh, Van Voor's... Oh, he got a poor exit out of there to back out of it. Try to get past this guy P2 before the pit window opens. At the inside after the chicane. Nice move. Not a place you'd normally overtake in the dry. But in the wet, it's a different ball game. You can pretty much overtake at every corner. And that's us comfortably up into P2. Leaders 5.8 up the road, 6 seconds up the road now. So we'll get back into another rhythm. And focus on maybe trying to close the gap to him. Leader's definitely struggling. And he's in the pits, the window's being open. I was planning on pitting next lap anyway, so now something definitely going on with the leader there. And I've also noticed on the weather, in the next 20 minutes, it's probably less now, we'll have dry conditions. There is going to be, by the time I complete my pit stop, 20 minutes left, so that could make things slightly interesting at the end of this race, but we'll be pitting at the end of this lap. The guys further back in like 4th, 5th and 6th and all that have increased their pace. We're doing 204s now. But here we are running around in the 201, so we're still over 3 seconds clear. And the way this race is going, we'll end up lapping some of these guys. It's all about not making any mistakes. Just keep pounding around. We've got a great chance to win here. Okay, in we come now. It's not speed, we'll get disqualified. So I think Valor will be the better part of discretion. Now I'm pretty sure the pit lane limiter is just around here. You'll see the white signs. We're in, cool. Pit limiter is on, right. Pit strategy, change tyres, yes. Onto the wets, select driver, Pascal Verline. If I do that, I mean, yeah, that's all fine. Cool. Right, we've got a little bit of damage that we need to fix, but it's 7/10, that's fine. And we'll put it into our garage now. Cool.
Come on, let's go.
Alright, we come again then. Tyres slightly cold. Take it easy. We're comfortably in the lead here. And with each passing lap, I'm getting more and more confident. I can instantly feel the advantage of new wet tyres as well. We're 5 seconds ahead of Mies, or Mies, in the Audi behind us. So the guys in second and third, ooh, slightly off the circuit there, have obviously completed their mandatory pit stop as well. So it's all about just remaining calm and composed. Pascal Verline now in the car. Maybe we can take down our first win. Okay, she's just coming into the final corner now. This will be the 4th lap completed since the pit stop. We've got 6.5 second lead. It's stabilising somewhat, but if you look there above the tyre and brake graph, less than 6 minutes. It's going to be dry conditions. There's 10 minutes left of this race. So I don't know what's going to happen really as I go deep into turn 1, but that's fine. I don't know, we might have to make a change onto the dry tyres at the very end of the race, and it was going to cost us well over a minute in the pits to do so. Or we can try and hobble round if the track is still wet enough. But I don't know what the damage and physics model is like in this game. Like, can we get to the end on wet tyres on a dry track? Are we going to have a puncture? Are we going to lose 20 seconds a lap? I don't know. So, the rain doesn't feel like it's easing off just yet. But in the next lap or so, it certainly will. Okay, new fastest lap at 1:59.4. Track conditions are slowly getting better. But as you can see, there a guy in second is just on a 59.1. So the track conditions are improving. And there's, I think, about 5 minutes left, 5.5 minutes left of this race. Still well too wet for dry tyres, so I think we'll probably be on these tyres until the very end. A 2:02.7 from Will Stevens in P3, so it's pretty much between me and second at the moment. And the gap's stabilising around that 6 second-ish mark, with a 56.9 from Raffaele Marciello. And all of a sudden, look at the sky, it's just completely changed. And there's no rain falling now. So here we go then. This is going to be interesting. Across the line, I think there'll be 4 minutes left to go, so I think there's possibly 3 laps left of this. I'm not too sure. Okay, it's just over 4 minutes left of the race session, so it's going to be 3 more laps. That's the way I'm looking at it. The 59.3 we've just done. The 58.1 from the guy in second. All of a sudden this race win is not looking... Oh, car's getting slidey. This race win is not looking completely assured. There's going to be 3 laps to go for sure. Two laps to go. 59.0, 56.3 from the guy behind. He's going to be on my ass. I'm going to have to get my defensive shoes on here. Car's really starting to struggle a little bit. Sliding all over the place. There you go, and coming into the final corner, he's just over a second away. I think we'll be okay with the tyres. Bit slidey. Lap times are dropping all the time. 57.6. He's done a 56.4. This should be the fastest lap now. And all we've got to do now is just hang on. Make this car super wide. Now he's not dirty, yeah, he's going to find it more difficult to close up. I just wanted a straight, nice run to the finish line for my first win. One mistake and we throw it all away. Oh, over the curbs. Pretty sure this is the final lap. Bloody well hope it is. Usually we get like the max wait time or something like that, or it could be once a leader crosses the line, then it's the final lap. Oh, very twitchy. He's still 7-8 tenths back. Just pick your braking points. So I don't know if this is the last lap. By race time it should be. We'd have hit zero some point around here. Be nice to know if it is the final lap or not. It is going to be the final lap. The checkered flag is out of the final corner, and it is our first race win in ACC. Get in there.
Well done, well managed. Bring it back.
I really wished I could have had sort of an easier run to the line there, but it's done. It's our first race win, and that's from 12th on the grid in very difficult conditions as well at the start. Very happy with that. So there we go then. There is the final classification, and it's just one lap. It's a bit dumb when it does that really, but all these guys did finish on the lead lap. We didn't lap anyone as far as I know, and we just managed to beat Mies there in the Team WRT Audi R8 LMS. We're the only Porsche on the grid, and we went from 12 to first, just to show then how the weekend has gone. I said we were 4th then in free practice. Q1 we were down in 12th. Q2 wait, 16th? Seriously, 16th? We were like 2nd with like 2 minutes to go. How the hell have we ended up in 16th? Oh, that's slightly disappointing then. Okay then, well, off of the brilliant high of winning race 1 from 12th in the grid is the crashing load that will be starting at last in race 2. Oh well, that will teach me for ending the session too soon. But there we go then. We'll now move forward into the next session, and it will be race 2, where hopefully it's a little bit more dry. So yeah, we'll be starting last in this race, which is a bit disappointing, but it is dry at least for the first 20 minutes anyway, so that's nice. The rain has disappeared, so we can sort out our everything else that we were doing here. Get it back to sort of a dry setup. I think we'll stay with 60 litres. Definitely dry tyres. Tyre set number 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll start with 3 because we know we're going to have change the brakes as well. Dry tyres in set number 4, and the brakes obviously on number 3 as well. So that's all set up nicely for the pit stop then. Set number 4 should be completely fresh. They are indeed, so that's good. So fuel and tyres is good. The aero will drop the aero down a little bit more. 65 will also bring the rear wing down a little bit if we can. Cool. And 65 for this as well, I think. Yep, that's fine. So good. Right. Okay. Well, hopefully it should be a decent dry setup. And now we'll go into the race. Right. Starting from last, Pascal Wehrlein starts in the car. 21 laps worth of fuel we've got. Hopefully it should be enough. We need a good start here, try and pick our way through the slower cars if we can.
Green light, go, go, go. Car on the right. 3 wide.
We're in the middle.
Clear on the right. All clear.
Make space, make space.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Good opening corner at least, P11.
Clear on the right.
Got to get used to how the car handles in the dry now.
Clear on the right.
Give a spot to Calder ready. We'll settle into P11. Now, the advantage that we've got, of course, well, not the advantage, but the good news is that we've got 2 sets of fresh tyres to use up in this race, but so does everyone else, having obviously only run wet tyres in the first race. Oh, there we go, we're steering there.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Got to get used to how his car handles in the dry now. Let one complete at least P11 on the back of his group of guys.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
It's 3 good moves that lap. Puts up into P8. And then a back of Gosling.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
That'll be inside P7. So we do have good pace in the dry. Let's see what we can do about these guys ahead. 4.1 seconds. Okay, completing 8 laps now. The pit window is soon to open. I'm consistently in the low 1 minute 50s. The guys ahead of me are now in the 51s. So we are now slowly starting to catch. Guys behind are best part of 12, 13 seconds, 15 seconds actually behind. So I've managed to break away from the group behind consistently over the last 3 laps and start catching these guys ahead as well. The pit window is going to open in probably a lap or 2. And we'll decide then when to make a stop. So the pit window is now open and we've caught this train. This is the train for the lead. This is basically now the top 7. And we're 20 seconds ahead of the next group behind us. So interesting to see how many people here decide to peel off. I feel quite comfortable on these tyres, to be honest with you. There's a few going in. 6th, 5th and 4th are going in, so hopefully we can try and close the gap to the top 3 left on circuit. fully pit at the end of the lap we're currently starting. It's going okay so far. We're still in the low 50s. These guys are in the low 51s. Don't know if we'll be able to win the race, to be honest with you. But it's still a positive performance in the dry anyway. Okay, second to final corner now. We're going to be pitting now, as does everyone else. Let's not speed into the pit lane. Cool. Right. So, change tyres. Yep. Tyre set number 5. Why not? Change brakes. No. Select driver. Me. There we go. Everything is now valid. As these guys now peel off into their respective pit boxes, we will do exactly the same. See where we rejoin.
Come on, go, go, go.
And out we come.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Right into it.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
P4. Well, I don't believe that. P5, there we go, it's just change. And then we have the top 4 now ahead of me. I've got 2 cars behind me, so this is still then pretty much a 7-car train that we had. But I have managed to gain 2 positions out of it. Let's see what we can do about the 4 in front. There's about 18 minutes left to go as well. Solid. P4. This Bentley that's been in the lead of this race throughout is definitely holding everyone up. But it's playing into my hands because I'm just sending it every time down into turn 1. Bit too far back this time, possibly. Still got time though.
Car on the left.
Oh, how late do you want to be? P3 now. We're going for this win. Send it! Oh, we oversteer. We held it, and now we just got the Bentley in front of us. Decent exit as well. Big boy Bentley.
Car on the left.
Up the inside, squeeze him out a little bit, and that's us P1 then, going for a back-to-back win. Let's now focus on trying to put some breathing space between me and that pack behind. That Bentley did well to hold on to the lead for so long, clearly inferior to everyone else around it. Okay, about 8 minutes left in the race, 7-8 minutes, something like that. We're now just over 3 seconds clear. We're sort of lapping consistent lap times at this stage. Although that last lap I just did was a bit scrappy. So it's all about now just maintaining the gap, keeping it safe and sensible. And we're going to get 2 wins in 2 races at Hungary, which is pretty unbelievable. Especially as one of them was in the wet as well. So genuine pace in all conditions, all weekend. Let's just bring it home. So just coming into the final corner now. There's going to be 1 more lap. There's about 10 seconds left on the clock by the time I cross the line. And you see down on the right hand side the fuel light is flashing. It's fine, we've got enough fuel to certainly get round. And there we go, race engineer telling me it's the last lap. It's been okay since we took the lead. Gained a little, lost a little, gained a little, lost a little, but you can see now the gap is around the 4.5 to 5 second mark. Tyres are okay, we're okay on fuel, I'm feeling comfortable. And all we've got to do now is just make sure we successfully negotiate the Hungary for one more lap. And we'll take down 2 wins in 2 races at the Hungary. At Hungary I should say. Bearing in mind, the first race was wet, we won it from 12th. The second race was dry, we won it from the last. So all in all, we had good pace here, and it's been quite enjoyable, carving my way through the field, putting some overtakes on. All this to do for my own reputation in the career mode, I don't know, to be honest with you, because as the back end gives it a good old slide. I like to think that the better you do in the career mode, the better chances you have of going for a top team. Well, I assume that there'll be more to the Sprint Cup season as the career mode goes on, but for now we'll just focus race by race, session by session. 2 corners to go now, gap's down to 4.3, but it doesn't really matter too much. What I've got to do now is not make a mistake coming into the final corner. And the race will be ours. Checker flag is out. Power at the final corner. Over to the grandstand to say well done to the mechanics. And over the line we can.
Bring it back more safely.
2 wins in 2 races at Hungary. Job well done. So yeah, very happy overall with how everything went. The final classification's a bit skewed to be honest, but I think we finished about 3 to 4 seconds ahead of the Bentley, which did a good job to be honest. Started from pole. Where was it in qualifying? It was in pole. In Q1 it was already down in 15th. So I think maybe the qualifying results there were a little bit skewed, because in race 1 that Bentley was down in 13th, had no reason to be up that high, but it held up the field quite nicely for us. And you can see there we managed to take down a double race win. So yeah, very, very happy. So after all that, our progress during the career mode is only up to 47%. Hopefully be about 50% once we've done this. This is a braking system performance test at the Nürburgring. We have received new products to test for the brake system, pads and liquid. We will use a private test session that the team booked at Nürburgring GP prior to the next race. So it'd be a good opportunity for me, because this will probably be a 10-minute private practice session. So it'd be a good opportunity for me to get used to the Nürburgring circuit on this game before we go into the main event, which will be a Sprint Cup race weekend. But overall, definitely the best weekend I have had on this game so far in terms of racing, obviously. Qualifying, disappointing, 12th and then 16th when we were a lot higher up. I think something went wrong there at the end of the qualifying session. Maybe I shouldn't skip it towards the end in the future, but we managed to power away through the field quite nicely. First race was wet, second race was dry, and we managed to take down a double race win. So overall very, very happy and a very, very profitable race weekend. So thank you very much for watching this extended highlights video, and I'll see you all for the next one very soon.